One of the interesting things that you see when you speak to people who are survivors of the ravages of the massacre of October 7th is that a lot of them have put on tattoos on their forearms with the date. I'm sitting here today with Shar Shnurman from Kfar Aza, and he has a really interesting story. But first of all, thanks for joining me today on this show on the one-day anniversary of the horrible massacre.
Thank you.
That happened here at Kfar Aza. And can you talk to me a little bit about what made you decide to put that marking on your arm?
You know, the last time that someone put a number on a Jewish, it was against his will, 80 years ago, a little bit more. And when we go out and saw what happened, I say I must to talk with my people, say to them, something awful happened here. And I talk with a survivor that came from the States, and she said to me, a survivor from the Holocaust, that what happened here, it's even worse than what happened in the Holocaust, because now we have an army. And she said to me, you must to put the date. And it was four weeks after the event. And I say, no, I'm not going to put a number on my hand. And after that, I thought about it and I said, oh, she's right. We must to talk. We must to show what happened. And everybody that knows the Jewish people knows that the number usually is on the outside of the hand. I put it inside. It just remember to the people what happened then and what happened now. It's in the end, it's almost the same. It's just smaller, but the same. Someone tried to kill Jewish because he's a Jewish.
And on October 6th, you and your wife Ayelet were in your house. I visited just now. You were having a toast for the new year with volunteers here from Kibbutz Beit HaShita that have been cultivating the gardens of all the houses of the evacuated residents of Kfar Aza, and it's a beautiful house. And so on October 6th, did you ever think that October 7th could happen?
No, in October 6th, 12 o'clock in the night, we came back from a party. We just threw the car in the parking and walked in the middle of the night, my wife and me and my neighbor. Just say night and threw all the dishes in the kitchen and go to sleep and wake up in the morning. For a new day, it's a new good day. We have coffee in the porch. Nothing to think about it. No one can imagine something like this. And even when we wake up in the morning, in 6 o'clock, we have the coffee. Nothing. It started in a second. It was a barrage of missiles. It was so many that my wife and me decided to go to the safe room, what we usually don't do. And we went into the safe room. And then we got a message from the kibbutz to start to lock the window and to start to close the door, something that we never had before. Usually we go inside the safe room, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. We go out, see what happened. And then we start to hear the shoot. And we start to hear Arabic. And then we got the last call from the kibbutz. It was in 7:04. They say that you're not allowed to go out from the safe room. That's something that never happened before.
Had you locked all the windows and the doors by then?
We locked the windows You can lock the door in the safe room.
No, but outside of your house.
Yeah, but it's a lock that you can kick it in a. It's nothing. So we went into the safe room in almost immediately in 6:30. When I start to hear the Arabic, I understand what happened. I say to my wife, we have to charge the phone because it's something different. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's different from normal time. So we charge the phone and we start to try to talk with people that was outside. No one know what happened in this time. After a few minutes, we got a call from my next door neighbor that he wasn't at home, only his wife was at home. And he asked me if I can look after his wife because she doesn't answer the phone. My wife say, I go out to see something. I say to her, no, you can go out. We heard the Arabic speaking, we heard the shooting. I say, I go out. Took with me a pocket knife. That's the only weapon that we had at home. And I go out and I find my neighbor after she was murdered. 2-3 minutes after she was murdered. Just check the pulse to see if I can help in any way. When I understand that I can do nothing, I came back home. I say to my wife. She couldn't believe it. No one can believe it. But very fast, electricity fell. We left only with a phone. And all what we know on this day, it's from what we hear outside, what we saw when I go a little bit, few times outside, and from what we heard about it in the phone. And all this day, we thought that someone tell lies because it doesn't make sense that something like this happened in Israel. They all the time say more and more people get killed, more and more this, more. And how can it be that it's Israel? We are less than an hour and a half from Tel Aviv. Where the army are? And my wife asks me every half an hour, where's the army? I say, I don't know.
They come to your house? I didn't see any bullets about
the
your
terrorists
house.
didn't get to my house. They get to the next door.
Right.
Next door.
They passed over you.
They passed my house for my like. Yeah, we staying alive only because they passed my house.
What happened on the other side? So Mira was killed?
Mira was killed.
And on the other side?
This is my second side. Mira is the second side of me. And the second side of my house, it's family was getting burned. The next house near to me, an old lady getting killed. Around my house, 7 people get killed in less than 15 meters. Most of them, I don't know when when they've been murdered, but most of the murder in my neighbor was early in the morning. After that, we just hide in the safe room until the army come to take us.
How long was that?
The army arrived to my place in 11 o'clock in Sunday, after 30 hours.
So from the time that you had gone out to look for Mira and you found her murdered, did you go out again?
Yeah, I go out again after an hour or so. I go out because it started to be quiet. I thought it's going to be finished. And I saw 3 people with the IDF uniform and they shooting on the houses. I thought maybe they are shooting on a terrorist. I almost called them. And then I saw that they are with a AK-47. It's not our weapon. So I understand they are terrorists. And again...
Lucky?
Yeah, the luck, my luck, no one get inside my house, even that in the night they sat on my porch.
Really?
Yeah, we heard them. We smell the cigarettes that they smoke. But we was very quiet. My wife and me talk one each other with a message on the phone. We didn't talk one each other, even that we was, on a bed or inside a safe room. We decided that we talk by message because no one can hear it. It was safe in this day to talk like this.
What was running through your head when you figured out what was going on?
It takes days to understand what's going on.
What do you mean?
I understand that few people getting killed, but I didn't understand the amount of what happened in the kibbutz. Only in Monday, when I was in my sister's house, we start to get the list of the people that get killed, the people that get kidnapped, the people that get wounded. And still in these days, we didn't know. A lot of people, we didn't know if they kidnapped, if they dead, because we didn't know where they are. It takes days to understand what happened to Kfar Aza, to the people of Kfar Aza.
64 people.
64 people. Yeah.
And how many were taken hostage?
19.
19.
12 came back. 5 still in Gaza, and
2 came back dead.
2 came back, ran away from the Hamas and killed by the Israeli army.
So the dimensions of the genocide that took place here became apparent to you. How have you managed to, I don't know what the word is. How do you manage to get through this? How do you go through the motions of a day when you realize what you just survived?
It was a hard time to understand what happened, not only to this kibbutz, what happened to Israel in this awful day.
How was it coming back? You came back in December. You came back very fast.
This is a place that I choose to live. I didn't born here. I choose to live here. This is my place on earth. And unfortunately, I didn't been here for almost 2 months because the Hamas kicked me away.
The way you look at the world changed after what happened?
Yeah. Now I'm done. Right now I'm not hating no one. I finished to hate. We saw what happened when people hate one each other. How many young people will die until we understand, and they understand, that agreement is the only way.
Is it us that have to understand that?
Fortunately, we have to understand it also. I know that for peace you need 2 sides. I know it's easier to go to war. You just need one side. One side attack, the second side react, and you got a war. To make peace, it's to make agreement. People understand that we don't have all what we want.
But do you think that the other side...
I want to talk about my side. I know that
you don't want to talk about the other side?
I know that the other side is not... It's the worst enemy that we can get. But in the end, I believe that they also, when they have a choice, they prefer a good life, a peace life. I'm not sure that they got a choice, but we got a choice. Maybe to start to talk, it's a good idea. I don't know. Try to talk with the other side. Bring our kidnapped back home. Really,
a lot of them live right here.
Yeah, I know where they live.
You knew them? You know them?
I know all of them. I know the parents of them. I know the family. It's hard in Israel to talk about agreement because the last time that we tried to make the agreement with the Palestinians, it's blew up in our face. But after 30 years, we are in a worse situation that we've been before. So we saw that the war situation doesn't help to Israel.
When you walk down the paths here, does it still feel like home?
It's always feel like home. Israel, it's my home. Kibbutz Kfar Aza, it's my home.
Do you feel even more attached now, or just the same? Nothing changed?
Of course that I'm more attached to Kfar Aza right now. Before the event, I say, we can go to live in north of Greece half a year and in Kfar Aza half a year. I believe that now we probably stay in Kfar Aza. I'm not going to north of Greece. This place is scroll under your skin after this event. You say, no one threw me again for my house. I'm going to stick in this land. I'm not going to move until we build Kfar Aza again. And when we finish to build it, it will be such a good place to live that no one will want to leave this place. The only thing that we have to do is to remember until we make peace that we got people that want to kill us. Nitzan Lipshan, it was our municipal mayor, he said that this place is 95% heaven and 5% hell. And I hope that in a few years from now it will be 98, 99% heaven and only 1 or 2% hell. And slowly by slowly it's come back to be the beautiful place and the beautiful people that live here before.
Well, Shachar, I think that's a good wish. I think it's also one we can achieve. I wish you a very good year ahead.
Yeah.
Is there something you wish for the next year? Do you want to share before we end?
We just say we hope that the next year going to be a boring year. We don't need nothing. Just give us to live a life, a boring, quiet life, and it will be all right. We don't need more than this.
I think that's a great way to end the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you very much.